a subject that's near and dear to my heart personally, and a lot of you obviously know why. Just the issues, excuse me, that YouTubers, people who stream on Twitch TV, in particular regarding games and gamers and gaming, issues that these people have been having, especially those who try to do it and make it a living doing it, in regards to negativity, feedback, hate, people basically stealing content, using AdBlock while they're viewing content when they well know that that's taking away from the living, the potential living that that person who you're watching, who you claim you're a fan, you claim you're a loving viewer, and you want to see that person succeed, yet you can't be bothered during this, for perfect example, this commercial break that I just ran. You couldn't be bothered to just leave your ad block off and maybe let it play an ad or two so that someone can make a couple pennies, right? And I'll tell you right now, it's an epidemic. It's an increasing epidemic. Let me give you an example, first of all. First, let's talk about ads and ad blocker, which I know will be controversial, and I'm sure people will take parts of this video and clip it up. Oh, look, Phil said this. Let's take 400 things out of context to make him look like a villain. Whatever. I like to be honest, and I'm not going to stop what I say because some idiot's going to take it out of context for their own evil purposes. So fuck them. Let's talk turkey. The bottom line is that the YouTube of today and the YouTube of 2011 are night and day. They're completely different. In 2011, almost everyone was, wow, YouTube, this is cool. Somewhere where you can upload all your videos and you can see people do commentaries and play games, and you can see competitions, and you can see anything you want on YouTube. News, political commentary, social commentary, satire, comedy, anything could be seen on YouTube. And it was this big burgeoning thing. People flocked to it by the millions to watch this content. Back then, it wasn't as commonplace of a thing where your browser has fucking AdBlock Plus already installed in it when you download it, and you see no ads on YouTube. Most people went there and there were ads, okay, they're a little annoying or whatever, but they would put put up with them to watch this fun and entertaining content. The world of 2014 is a very different place. Here's what's happened. Basically, in 2011, a lot of people found out that there were going to be these companies who were partnering people to do what they love on YouTube. And it's not just gaming, but gaming's a big part of it. I'm talking do-it-yourself stuff, guru-style stuff, makeup, fashion, glamour, news, carpentry, that kind of stuff. But also celebrity gossip, comedy skits, big things that could get hugely popular. And they found out, we're going to partner these people, these creative people. We're going to put ads on their videos, and we're going to make money, and we're going to pay them for it, and we're going to make them rich too. And all of a sudden, in 2011, gamers like myself started getting partnered with companies like Machinima. And immediately, this is what happens. Whenever this happens, actually, hold on. I gotta go the extra mile. There you go. Paper. Whenever the paper's involved, that's when things change. Because immediately, when people said, wait a minute, that Dark Side Phil guy's doing that, man, I could do that too, I mean, I don't believe that he's so popular. He has creativity, and people rush, right? And it's not just me. I'm using myself as an example because I was one of the people who first had their gaming channel partnered and started making good money doing it, okay? And what ended up happening was you had massive amounts of people flood the fucking website. Flood. So now anytime you want to see a game, there's 5,000 people doing playthroughs with ads all over the fucking thing. Donate money, send money, give us money. And it's like, how different is that from when I even started? You know what I mean? That it was just for fun, and you could tell there was nothing involved for monetary gain. It was for the love of the game. And it's the same thing with any business. Sports started out as a fun competition. All of a sudden, I'm going to sign you to make paper, son. And all of a sudden, all it's about is the money again, right? And now it's corporate, and there's ads all over it, and the season's way too fucking long because they want to make more money and run more advertisements. And it's horrible. And this happens with anything. And this is what's happened with YouTube. Now, here's the problem. Back then, in 2011, you had what? 20, 30 people who were really big gamers on YouTube and had ads on their videos. So that wasn't that big of a deal. Now you've got 500,000 people who flooded YouTube, who all want to get ads on their videos, and now it's a fucking problem, right? Now it's an epidemic. Now you try to watch any clip on YouTube, and there's a 4-minute full fucking preview for a movie that's the dumbest, stupid, most uninspired piece of shit you've ever seen, and there's no skip button to skip the ad. And you're like, what the fuck is this? I don't want to see this 4-minute long piece of shit, stupid trailer. So you get AdBlock, you install it, right? And now everything's free. No waiting, no pop-ups. No, if I'm on Twitch TV and I'm watching this live stream, I don't have to see a Cracker Barrel ad pop up, and I don't have to hear about Monostat C or whatever the fuck it is, and hear about, yeast infections and all kinds of disgusting ads that you never wanted to hear to begin with. I can skip all that shit and I get all the content for free. Great. And smooth sailing. And of course, all of us are going to survive forever because everyone's watching content with no ads on it. The end. Period. Wrong! Wrong! I don't know how much louder I can yell. Wrong! Because what's happened now is because so many people oversaturated the market and put so many ads on everything that every person is now using AdBlock. And what's happened then is those people who you love, people who've been there putting out entertaining content for you for years, people who, at one point were sitting pretty, they're like, if I keep making this kind of money, my God, I'm going to be living the life. You know what I mean? Now, all of a sudden, that paper is only about that much paper. And next year, it'll be that much paper. And how long is it until it's only that much? You know what I mean? Because the bottom line is, if these partnership companies don't make money on ads, that means they're not going to re-sign these people to make the content that you love. And these people are not going to be able to make a living doing it. Which means, guess what? They're going to have to go back to the job-seeking market, which, by the way, is incredibly bad in America right now. It still is. And they're going to have to seek, regular jobs to occupy their time, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with holding a regular job. But don't expect these people to be putting out the quality content that you've come to love over the years anymore. It's cause and effect. Entertaining people go to YouTube, start making money. Every other Joe Schmo schlub on the planet says it's easy money. I want to make it big doing nothing too. They rush to YouTube. They oversaturate YouTube with ads. Now everyone uses AdBlock. And now the people who really were the core people who inspired people to go there to begin with, the people who are putting out the entertaining content and you still love it, they're the ones that get fucked. Because let's face it, all those other little guys who rushed to YouTube to be wannabes and the ones that flooded the market to begin with, those are the guys who weren't putting out the quality content. They probably weren't getting the views anyway, and so probably they weren't affecting anything. It's the guy who inspired fucked. Now, by no means, again, am I personally just talking about myself. There have been big YouTubers coming out over the past month and a half saying, listen, we're in dire straits. A lot of these YouTubers aren't like me. They actually have contracts that are not view performance based, which I have through Machinima. Theirs are based off of how much money they actually make on ads. So if you're watching their content with AdBlock on, they make zero. So basically, they just handed you free content, made no money. How are they supposed to live now? And what job, right, do I walk into an office, I sit down, I work from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., I go home, oh, by the way, just as, some crazy circumstance, you're not getting paid today. Oh, well, and that's kind of the worries that a lot of YouTubers have. That's kind of the uncertainty, the risk that's involved in having this kind of internet personality kind of a deal. You don't know tomorrow if YouTube's going to completely change and if you can even monetize. What happened in December and January when all of a sudden, oh, I'm making money. Oh, content ID match. Oops. Now all these third-party companies took all your money and took all your advertising rights on your videos. Huh? Like what? And that's literally what happened in December. Bloop. They took it away. And you had poor guys like Angry Joe, who again, he's put his blood, sweat, and tears. You can tell when you watch an Angry Joe video, he puts a ton of effort into it. Big production values, hilarious skits. There are people out there who their internet presence really isn't a serious review source. It's their gimmick, their thing that they do is like, for example, Angry Joe. Everything he does, he gets angry about, okay? So in every review, he nitpicks and finds things to get pissed off about, but that's kind of his character. I mean, let's face it, if you're watching a video from a guy named Angry Joe, there's probably something in there that you should pay attention to, the name. If you're watching someone who's admittedly angry, then you shouldn't weigh that review as much as a serious reviewer who's maybe trying to be more serious. Just to get attention and for entertainment purposes, yes, but that's not the reputable gaming media that you should be trusting for your reviews. Angry Joe, you know his reference, so you know when you watch his review, it's probably going to have a lot of negativity in it. If you don't like that and you're looking for someone who's more fair and balanced, don't watch Angry Joe reviews. Or just don't take them as Bible truth. Take it with a grain of salt. Keep in mind, I'm completely speaking from just what I know of and heard of Angry Joe. I've never watched one of his reviews ever. And I know a lot of people might say, what? Phil's never watched Angry Joe? No. I've said this for years. Ever since I got started on YouTube, I'm extremely busy. I don't have time to watch videos. I haven't watched an Angry Video Game Nerd video since 2008. I haven't watched Angry Joe ever.
They took all his content. They took all the legal, all legal possession of his content and said that it's their advertisement revenue now. Unreal, right? And so you got to understand that any of this can go away at any time. A lot of us are just riding a bubble. I feel the bubble has burst. I used to call it my wave of popularity. I think the wave of popularity now is in a decline because the market's so oversaturated at this point. But if you love the people who you follow, and I'm not just talking me, and it doesn't have to be just games, but people in general who put out entertaining, fun, informative content for you on a daily basis, do them a solid. Disable any kind of ad block. Don't install ad block for YouTube and Twitch. You know, these people are in some cases, especially in my case, on a complete chance in a position where they can do something that they love for a living. And I know there's nasty people out there. I'm not doing what I love for a living, so God forbid that anyone else be successful either. Fuck them. Ad block, steal the content, upload it to over here. Oh, you can watch it without ads over here. Fuck that guy. He doesn't deserve any money. There are these people who are just miserable because they didn't make it. Okay? And I've always said from the beginning, I'm incredibly lucky. I was a person who, for 3 years, almost 3 years, it was a little over 2 years, was making content on YouTube for nothing. Nothing. It was my hobby. It was fun. It was something that I did when I had a back injury and I wanted to get a different kind of hobby going with gaming. And I happened into popularity. I never intended it. I never saw this as any kind, and this is all ones, it's nothing anyway, but I never saw this as any kind of an inevitability of what I was doing. I never ever fathomed that making gameplay videos on YouTube would turn into this big thing like it did. And then next thing you know, now I'm making money, other YouTubers are coming and making money all off of games. I had no fucking clue. I didn't know that I just happened to be right in the right place at the right time. But in my situation, I didn't choose this life. I didn't, and I'll be honest, I've said this before. If I had the option of continuously doing my old job and doing YouTube on the side, okay, and making money on both, maybe putting ads on the videos here, but still having that job that's consistent and stable and easy, cheap healthcare and stuff like that, versus what I do today, I would still work that office job. I love what I'm doing today, don't get me wrong. I love the creative control I have. I love the fact that I make my own schedule. I'm my own boss. No one tells me what to do, even though there seem to be several thousand people on the internet who think they can tell me what to do. Gee, look how well that's working out for you, right? But really, I love it. But the bottom line is what I do is incredibly risky. All this could go away tomorrow for any fucking reason. YouTube could just shut down gaming videos and Let's Plays and all that altogether, right? My healthcare is out of control. I pay almost over $400 a month on health insurance. I'm not kidding. That's how much it costs when you're self-employed. I didn't pay that much when I was with the desk job 9 to 5. Absolutely not. And you know, there's a lot to be said about people who go in and they do jobs that they don't like. A lot of people say, oh, those people are uncreative. Those people are just complacent. Those people just do it because they don't want to do anything outside the box and they don't want to take a risk. I disagree. They do it because they know, at least even if they hate their fucking jobs, that they have steady income, they have affordable health care, they can take care of a family if they so choose, and it's not this crazy in your head that what's going to happen tomorrow. That's what I go through every night when I sleep. Really. There's never a time when I can just say,
I'm good to go and I feel safe and there's no risk or anything. How many times over the years that I've done this stuff on YouTube and now Twitch that there's been problems? People threatening me with false copyright claims, people trying to get me kicked out of different programs, you know what I mean? And it never ends. It's a never-ending thing. So for people to say, oh, what they do is easy, I completely disagree. I think that what we do is unique and risky and ballsy, and it takes a certain kind of person to do it. And now we're going to go into my second half of this discussion, which is about the negativity and the hate that's permeating the internet when it comes to internet gamers and personalities and stuff. And of course, out of all the people that you think of when you think, wow, people really hate that guy, you got to think it's me, right? I'm the one that somehow over the past year to year and a half has managed to garner this collective movement of people who turned it into literally a fad to hate on DSP. So I personally know firsthand what this kind of stuff can do to you. Now imagine this. Imagine that you are one of these people who you're trying to make a living doing this. You're trying to make things happen. Like me, you're trying to plan out your future. You want to move. You want to get a bigger place. You want to move in with your girlfriend. You want to eventually start a family. Maybe you want to start your own business. And you're trying to plan all this shit out, but you never know. When will you be able to? Will it be stable enough? Are you going to make less money this year than you did last year? Are you going to get a contract renegotiation that's going to screw you over and now you have to completely change your life plans, which actually happened to me last year? You know, it's a heavy burden. Now, I want you to imagine that not only you have all that on your mind all the time, all right, but now every day when you wake up, to go on Twitter, and the first thing you see on Twitter isn't, oh, that was fun, or this, that. You suck. You're the cancer. You're a piece of shit. You should never play again. I hate you. Oh, he's a joke. He's horrible at everything he does. He's this, he's that. And these are just examples that I'm speaking from my personal perspective. Other YouTubers like Total Biscuit, like Boogie, and a few others have come out recently and said, we get the nasty shit. I feel bad for Boogie because that guy, you know, he's got weight problems, he's got health problems, but he's a funny dude. If he's a funny dude and he entertains you, that's good enough, right? No. You're disgusting, you're a filthy human being, you're just a nasty piece of shit. How could you let yourself get so fat and this and that and all this personal shit that has no place to do with the content that the guy puts out and should be none of anyone's fucking business. And the bottom line is, okay, a lot of people say, oh, these people are complaining that people are saying negative things about them. Well, they put themselves out there and therefore they just deserve it. Wrong. Fucking wrong. Because just because I want to make entertaining content for you, and I'm the kind of person who's like to has a personal connection with my fans, now I deserve extra hate, and I should immediately be able to take massive amounts of hate and negativity. What kind of world is this? Seriously, you know? And it's kind of like with these people. An actor. The poor actor has the paparazzi on their fucking ass 24/7. And people, well, that's their fault for being an actor. What? All they did, they trained to play a character in a movie or a TV show. Where did they say they signed up for this kind of negative shit? You know what I mean? I don't understand this whole TMZ celebrity mentality where if you, just because you're well known for something or you're a public persona, you are open license to just destroy that fucking person and make their life miserable and take your own and throw it at their face. I don't get that. Maybe because I'm not that kind of fucking person, right? Maybe because I think that it's way more productive use of my time doing productive things and positive things and focusing on making great content than just sitting here and throwing my own feces at people. But there are people, this is what they do. They sit there on their computers, their miserable little selves. Oh, fuck Paris Hilton, fuck Kim Kardashian, fuck DSP, fuck, Ray William Johnson, fuck this guy, fuck that guy, fuck. And they never do anything productive with their time. That's their whole life. And it's incredible, the lengths that these people go to. And it seems, here's the other thing that I want to bring up that's a really valid point when it's someone who you are a public persona and you get feedback, okay? So now let's change gears a bit. Let's not say it's blatant hate. Let's say it's what people consider constructive criticism or feedback, right? So one day you watch one of my videos, and man, Phil really, I think it would have been better if he had done this, or you know what, if he did one tweak here, this improvement here, I think that would have been a lot better. And so you send a tweet to me, or you leave a comment on the video, or maybe you put a post on my forum, you say something in the stream chat during the stream, you hope that I see it, and you go watch my content again, oh man, he's doing the same thing again that I really don't like. I guess he really didn't listen to me. Man, this guy doesn't listen to constructive feedback, okay? You're out of your mind. and again, I'm not speaking from my perspective, this is happening to everyone. They've come out publicly saying this. You're out of your mind if that's your mentality, okay? Because that's ridiculously unfair. Do you have any idea how many people contact me, interact with me on a daily basis? How many tweets I get? How many forum posts? How many PMs on YouTube? How many things in the stream chat? How many this? How many that? It's incredible. There's literally hundreds of thousands of you out there who watch my content and message me about it. There's only one of me. I don't have a crack team of 40 people here who are interacting with all my social media and all this, reading it. And Phil, we did today's analysis and the fans are saying that you should do this with your videos because it's, you know, that's the fan consensus. It doesn't exist. All right? What it is people who are getting completely demolished, hit by every direction. You suck, so change this. You're bad, so change this. You should change this. You should change this. And you can't respond to any of it. You can't. Because for every one person that says one thing, there's another person who wants another thing. And if you do this thing, well then, this guy's upset because you didn't do what he specifically wanted. And it's just a cacophony, a phalanx, an endless amount of voices all speaking, and they all come to you, and you don't know what to do with it. And this is where people can get up. Oh, Phil doesn't listen to his fans. He doesn't listen to constructive criticism. He doesn't listen to anything. Listen, if there was a way for me to filter it, so I could tell if there was a big consensus of things that would be a great idea or a great change or whatever to my content, I would love that, but it doesn't exist. I'm a one-man show. And a lot of these YouTubers, they're getting this kind of, this guy sucks, he does this podcast and he never does it right, he should really do what I think. Listen, that mentality is the most self-entitled mentality you can have on the internet. And that's the bottom line. That's where all this hatred and all this criticism and all this is coming from. People are sitting at home and they're watching this person who obviously there's something good with their content because they're popular, right? They obviously have an audience, so they did something right. And they say, I think that, no, my personal opinion is that this is better, and I know better than everyone else, and so my opinion should be the one that's listened to. And this is what I mean. There's this generation of people, and it's changed. Since I started on YouTube, and now it's drastically different to people who use YouTube. There is an entire generation of the youthful people who actually think that they are the most important person on planet Earth, and that is the only one that's right and the only one that matters, and that everyone should immediately respond to every concern and criticism that they have, and if they don't, that person is wrong, and they, you know what I mean, because they know better than you. There's a whole generation, and I blame the parents. I blame parents who, when they were raising their children, spoiled the fuck out of them, okay? Made them feel like they were the most important person on the planet. Oh, you can be an astronaut, you can be the president, you can do whatever you want, son. And that's such unrealistic bullshit thinking. And you turn these people not into idealists like the parents think, you turn them into egomaniacs. You've got millions of little egomaniacs out there who all think that what they want is the best. And far be it that someone who they watch doesn't listen to what they say, or, you know, fuck them then. Fuck them, they're an asshole. They're just making the content to make money. They don't listen to the feedback from the fans. The bottom line is you got people like me who hear so many voices, our heads are rattled. We feel like we're shell-shocked, right? Total Biscuit just came out and said, you guys don't know this, but I'm prematurely gray. I dye my hair. Because in the past few years I've been doing this full time, so much negativity, so much hate, everyone's second guessing me, everyone's saying I'm doing the wrong thing, that I've lost all the color in my fucking hair, you know? Now, me, myself, am a unique position in all of this. The reason that I'm in a unique position is because, unlike a lot of those big guys, right? Even though I was one of kind of the innovators of the Let's Play, by no means am I saying I was the first person to do it, but I was one of the first people to actually make money doing it, and people saw me as the archetype of, oh, we can do that too. They saw me as a target because the bottom line is the way I do YouTube has always been different than everyone else. I upload a ton of videos, and because of that, people don't subscribe to my channel. They always watched the content, but they didn't subscribe. So while everyone else was putting out 1 or 2 videos a day and slowly growing their viewer base, you know, and they're, oh, now they have 100,000, now they have 500,000, now they have 1 million subscribers. Phil always stayed within the 100,000 range because Phil did the way he wanted to do it, right? I always the way that I want to do it. That's just my personality. That's the way I am. Now, I've changed over the years and I've evolved, but ultimately, I like playing through a lot of games and uploading a lot of videos on a daily basis, and that's how I've been successful, and that's how I continue to be successful, okay? But for me, the amount of hate that I've received is just overwhelming. And I mean, I always received hate in my whole life. Let's face it. Everything I've ever done when I was a competitive Street Fighter, Phil's overrated. He's an asshole. He's not good at Street Fighter. When I went into the professional world, oh, Phil, don't trust him. He's not very good at what he does, blah, blah, blah. And then I go into YouTube. Oh, Phil, fuck him. He's a cult leader, and he's trying to manipulate his fans for money. He's trying to do this or that. And all this stuff that's always been. But it really wasn't until the past year to year and a half when people started taking my content, which, by the way, again, I'll say it again, it is illegal. Regardless of the fact that these people think they're making a parody of it, you can't just rip the raw footage. You would have to ask me permission to do it. And by the way, I also own my trademark. So regardless of any fair use law or copyright law that these people cite in their video montages of me failing, I own the trademark to my own persona. So anytime you hear my voice, that's trademarked and they can't use it in a video. Trademark law is completely different from copyright law. And right now, anyone who's ever used a clip of mine, I could have that taken off the internet if I felt like it. I've had enough. It's one thing, again, I said, you know what, you want to make a this is how you don't play video about me, you want to make a 2-hour montage of my content, you want to make a video that has me, my likeness in it, making fun of me, and it's a parody, that's one thing entirely. You know, at least, even though you're defaming my name, okay, at least you put some creativity into it, at least you may have some kind of a snippet of truth or some kind of comedy in it. It's a creative work. I can't stop you from making creative works that criticize me. But I just don't. Because I think that, alright, fine, you want to use my content and make fun of me and be malicious and be dicks and make me the butt of a joke, fine. But what the fuck did I ever do, seriously, to have a movement of people who really don't know me, all they've ever heard of me is seen the this is how you don't play montages? And that's who they think I am. And it's people right now watching my Dark Souls 2 playthrough. There's fans of other YouTubers who I converse with on Twitter, such as SSOHPKC, who've started watching my content. And they watch, they go, this is nothing like what any of these people have been saying in their in fact, this is night and day. You know? Okay, here's the deal, everyone. I've made, what, 28,000 videos over the past several years? That's a lot of content. I'm sure during some of those games, I wasn't doing very well. Because no one can be good at everything they do. That's the bottom line. You cannot be good at every possible thing you attempt. And so when I'm playing every genre of game, racing, fighting, shooter, third-person shooter, first-person shooter, puzzle, stealth, action-adventure, platformer, and every kind of game that I play, there's going to be ones I'm not good at. So for anyone to turn into, oh, he's a horrible gamer, and then they make montages of the games I'm not good at. That's the thing. Where are the montages of, by the way, here's the playthrough that Phil did real well at. Where's the montage of Dark Souls 2? My God, Phil does it right. This is how you do play Dark Souls 2. Where's that? And that's the thing. Because the internet is all a bunch of little ninny motherfucking giggly girl teens, really, who all they want to do is act like this is TMZ, and let's find that moment of flaw. Let's find that one moment of weakness where that person did badly, and maybe, you know, for me, my joke, it's been a running joke since I started making videos in 2008, and if you watch Hate Live, you know it was a running joke when I was in the Street Fighter community too, is that I blame stuff. Oh, I lost a match of Street Fighter, that joystick doesn't fucking work. Fuck this shit, that's bullshit, I should have won that match, I was blocking. Oh, what the fuck, I'm playing the game, and a boss is hard. Fuck that game developer, how dare they make the boss too hard. And that's the running joke, and the people don't get the joke because they're fucking stupid. They're too stupid to get a running joke that I've used my whole life. When it comes to stuff that I'm doing, I'm never going to try to hide stuff from my viewer. That's why I try to say I'm one of the realest people on YouTube, because I'm not a fibber, I'm not a liar, I'm not hiding half the truth. I will tell you the full story. You ask me a question, I'll be honest with you. Well, I'm going to be honest with everyone, because you know I'm an honest person, I'm not going to lie. I wasn't sure you're supposed to go to the core or not right away, so I just checked, and you're not. And there was no way for you to know that unless you cheated, which I had to do. My whole fucking life I've done it, and they can't get it because they're mental fucking midgets. Alright? And it's ridiculous, you know? You can take the negative of anything anyone does. Some famous actress tripped on the red carpet. Do we have to make fun of her? She's a fucking human, man. You know? Oh my God, there was a moment of weakness that one person had. Big fucking deal. What about the 5 billion moments of greatness? Right? What about all the entertainment that person has brought? What about the smiles they've brought to people's faces? What about the hundreds of hours of content that you've probably personally watched with that person that's put a smile on your face? You forgot it all because they fucked up once and you want to be a dick and laugh at them? What kind of people would do that? So just imagine, that's me. I'm sure these other YouTubers have their own personal, like I said, poor Boogie must get so much negativity about his appearance and all this shit that has nothing whatsoever with his content. It's just a joke. And so I'll end this segment with this. It's always been my philosophy in life that we all make out together. That's better than one person just making it, all right? And I think that's really the problem with a lot of what people, their mentalities in this world right now, is that it's all about them. Me. As long as I'm good, as long as my family's good, as long as I'm making this is all I care about, right? There's far too few people in the world today who realize that it's not about this for you. It's about everyone around you succeeding and doing well. That's how life works. That's how societies persevere. Because let's face it, if everyone was all about just me, you kill everyone else. You would kill everyone else, because guess what? If you kill everyone else, the whole world's resources are yours, and you know what I mean? There's no risk of you getting attacked by anyone because they're all dead. So the whole me, only me mentality doesn't work. And that's the problem, is that the world has changed, where everyone's so focused on themselves, they don't see the big picture anymore, right? You're using AdBlock because me. I hate looking at ads. Ads are annoying, and they're, but in the big picture of things, if you use AdBlock on people who make their living on ads, they're going to go away, and guess what? Now there's no more content to watch. So who did you hurt? You hurt yourself, because you killed the person who entertains you, right? These are the big picture things that you have to think about in life. It's either one person can succeed or everyone can succeed. I'm a feeling, and no, I'm not a communist. A lot of people say, oh, he's a commie now. He wants free healthcare for everyone and blah, blah, blah. No, but I just like the fact to know that my neighbor, whether I'm friendly with them or not, is safe and, is not in some horrible condition. And I would, by no means would I ever take it upon myself to be so nasty and negative to someone like that. I want everyone to succeed. Since I started on YouTube, so many people have asked me for advice and things. I try to coach them, and I try to help them to succeed with what they're doing. And, it puts such a smile on my face when I get a cool message from a fan that says, Phil, thanks so much for the content you put out, because really you made me feel so good today, and you really helped me. Despite the fact that you're playing a video game and it's funny, that positivity, that laugh really helped me today, and that's why I continuously do it despite all the hate, and that's why I still do it. I don't do it just to play games and make money. I do it because I love doing it, and I love helping other people, and I love sharing my funny and fun experiences with other people. And if people would just realize that, instead of being this real negative, again, TMZ, little schoolgirl, gossipy, bullshit, maybe you would realize that if when you become a mature adult, you don't do that shit anymore, right? And that's the problem, is that there's this whole mentality of people, their mental maturity level is of a toddler, and they never grew up. They never realized big picture, there are things more important than making fun of people and me, I'm the most important person, and my opinion is the most. No, they never changed, they never evolved. They lack the ability to put themselves in the shoes of someone else. No, the people who make fun of me, the people who make fun of Boogie, the people who give Total Biscuit a hard time, never put themselves in the shoes of the person to think, how would that person feel if when they woke up, the first thing they saw on Twitter was, you're a horrible person, go die in a fire, you're cancer, suck a fat, turd, or whatever the fuck these people say. How do you think we feel? And it's just ridiculous that there are people that this is it. Wow, we feel good because they feel bad. And that's such a ridiculously immature mindset to have. Only self-entitled little fucking brats use it. And the problem is, there's a lot of them out there. Their parents never slapped the shit out of them when they were a little kid. And when they said, Mommy, I want this toy. Mommy, I want this. Mommy bought it for them instead of saying, shut the fuck up and be a mature adult. And they never learned to be a mature adult. And that's who these people are. So, in closing, I leave you with this. Be considerate of the people who you follow. Be considerate of the people who you appreciate. Don't just focus on the negative, focus on the positive. The problem is there's too many people who want to focus on the negative, and those are the verbose people. Those are the people you hear, right? You don't hear, wow, did you see DSP in that awesome boss fight today? How he really bested that boss. It was so epic. It was down to the wire, and everyone was on the edge of their seat. And then, you know, you run and you tell your friends about how epic that boss that video goes on YouTube, everyone will watch it. No, all you hear about is the one boss fight in Dark Souls 2 where I lost my cool and I started raging at the game. And people tweet to their friends, oh, DSP flipped out, here's the video. DSP sucks at this game, here's the video. And that's what goes viral, and that's the problem. We need to do viral positivity, not viral negativity. We need to flip this on its head. If when people do something awesome and everyone talked about it, my God, why is it that when I review games, if I review a really good game high, everyone, you know, it gets okay views. If I take a game like Titanfall and I rip it a new asshole, the views are out of control. Why is the negative the thing everyone watches? I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. And we need to change. As an internet community, as a gaming community, we need to fucking change. You can't be like that, because you will destroy it. You will destroy everything. I won't be around. Boogie won't be around. No one will be around. We'll be done. Well, fuck this. One day you're going to cut your losses, and thank God that I was born with thick skin, and my whole life I was bullied, I was treated badly in the Street Fighter community, in my high school, in my grammar school, my whole fucking life I had it. So I've got the thickest fucking skin of anyone I know when it comes to that stuff. If I didn't, who knows what would have happened with all the kind of shit that I get on a daily basis now. I don't know what someone like Boogie, I feel so bad for the guy. You know what he must put up with? I mean, he must talk to a psychiatrist or something. He has to. And it's vile. It's vile, these fucking people. Seriously.